Gather round, folks. It's showtime.
The IT industry has been a great growth area for employment in many fields of expertise, and one area in particular that is relatively new in this country and growing rapidly is computer animation. Today, IT editor Ms. Megabyte has this report on how it all works.
Welcome to the world of computer animation. You can meet aliens, fairies, and even dragon slayers. Let's go see how it's done. This is the silicon-powered engine room of Momentum Animations in South Melbourne, and here a talented team of animators are creating all sorts of tricks on their PCs. Technical director Cameron Crichton explains the process of turning drawings into 3D moving characters.
We get our concept artists to work up a bunch of drawings using various different styles. We pick out which one is most suitable. From there, we scan them into the computer, create a rotoscope, which is basically a template drawing which we'll work from, and then build the mesh over the top of that. The mesh is like a chicken wire construction which we will then apply textures to and associate the mesh to bones within the arms and the hands, fingers, etc., which we then animate.
And at what point do you start to create the animation, the moving bits?
Okay, that's usually after a period of about, a week or 2 weeks of development on the character, where we've set up constraints to make the character work the way that the animators are most suited to. It allows the character to move around as a humanoid character.
I live by the code of the Dragon Slayer. Honour to thy kingdom, respect to thy foe, courage in battle.
Voices are then added and lip-synced before it's ready for compile.
No reward is necessary, your majesty. It is enough that I live by the Dragon Slayer code. Honour to thy kingdom, respect to thy...
Oh, please.
Dylan Perry co-founded Momentum 5 years ago and is the director responsible for the finished product.
Each shot is rendered by a thing called a render farm, which is a big stack of computers that are allocated each individual frame. So there's 25 frames of animation per second, and every frame is sent to a different computer, and that computer calculates what the scene is going to look like. So what it does is we assign our colours and our materials to all the objects, and it's called rendering. It basically colours it in so that we have a finished frame. And all those frames are stored on a server, which is another big computer, and then all of those shots are then pulled into some editing software, and each individual shot is then compiled to our video system. In terms of the editing process, we work quite differently to the way you would, say, if you're making a TV show or film, because the way that works is you shoot a lot of footage and then you cut out the bits that you don't want. Well, we don't actually work with anything that we don't want ever, because it's a lot of work. It's very labour intensive. So we start at storyboard stage, and we have a whole lot of storyboards, and we cut and edit our piece before we actually do any 3D at all. So that way we know that we're not going to have any wasted animation, and it's a much more efficient production process.
Just like the waves of the ocean.
This is Australia's leading female country and western singer, Gina Jeffrey's latest music clip, created here by the Momentum team. Okay, so how on earth did you get Gina into the forest scene like that?
Well, she's shot on a green screen, and what the software allows us to do is remove everything that's green. So we actually had to make sure she didn't have any green on her. When she turned up to the shoot, she had little green flowers ready to go in her hair, and we had big attacks saying, no, we can't have any green. So we had to go and paint all the flowers a different colour. What we do is we extract her off the green, and once she's extracted, we can then position her anywhere within the frame we like. We get a background image which is made in 3D, and put her onto that image, and then we also make foreground elements, so we may have some leaves or some plants in front of her that she can move behind. Our main service to the local broadcast industry is post-production and animation content for TV commercials, television openers. So we've just done an ad for the new Schweppes commercials that are out.
You might think this is all too high-tech, but with your home PC, the right software and a really good training course, you too could have fairies eating out of your hand. Be gone!
Ms. Megabyte with an angel or a fairy, whatever you want to call it. And the video clip of the song The Angel by Gina Jeffries, which we saw earlier, is in line for a national award at the Australian Effects and Animation Festival today. And if you want more information about Ms. Megabyte's stories, you can go to her website at getmega.com.au.
And I think Gina Jeffries is on our show tomorrow morning. We've got more of Today after this break, so stay with us on Today.
It's locked! This way! This way! This way!
For help.
Come on!
Character Studio is a unique set of plug-in components for 3D Studio Max. Biped is a revolutionary footstep-driven 3D character animation system. And Physique, a unique skeletal deformation system. Instantly animate humans or creatures just by placing footsteps. The rest of the body responds naturally. Unlike motion capture software, Character Studio provides easy editing and high-level control. Motion mapping in Biped lets you transpose any motion to any two-legged character. This feature allows you to use the same set of motions for an entire cast of unique characters. Character Studio's Physique gives you animation control over any continuous mesh or non-jointed model and lets you create the organic effects of muscles and tendons sliding over bones. Exclusively for 3D Studio Max, Character Studio's Biped and Physique place realistic animated characters under your command.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Welcome to the world of 3D Studio Max, an object-oriented world where your imagination rules, interactively and in real time. As you create objects and apply modifiers, Max responds instantly to every action and gives you the power to move backward and forward in time. In Max, every variable is an independent object, so you can make changes to geometry, modeling operations, materials, and other effects without retracing your steps. Modeling and animation are completely integrated operations. Virtually everything in Max can be animated, from geometric forms to modeling parameters to lighting effects. You can even animate the process of creation itself. Max gives you the freedom to experiment in real time and see the results at once. Explore, revise, change your mind. A world of possibilities awaits your command with 3D Studio Max. 3D Studio Max gives you the power to create incredible special effects. Space warps and particle systems are built-in tools that help you develop artistic effects, like wind rippling through flags, water with waves, or blowing spray. You can also create explosions and simulate the effects of gravity and other forces. Space warps are non-rendered objects, such as ripples and explosions, that affect the behavior of other objects in a scene. The displacement ripple can cause an object to responsively deform. The particle system object generates particle sub-objects and controls their actions. By fine-tuning parameters, you can create exactly the effects you want. Max's open architecture also lets you extend your power by adding independent plugins, or write your own. All plugins seamlessly integrate with Max. 3D Studio Max helps you explore your wildest 3D visions almost as quickly as they come to mind. 3D Studio Max's next-generation modeling tools make it much easier to develop realistic scenes with organic forms. You can create a lofted object out of multiple spline cross-sections in real time and make instant interactive changes. For realistic effects, animate loft deformations, such as scale, teeter, and fit. Max provides a full range of tools so you can work the way you want. Extend your control with patch or polygonal modeling, or maintain a smooth surface as an object bends by increasing the number of segments over time. Powerful 3D Boolean operations help you create unique cuts, unions, and intersections in real time using any arbitrary surface. For a custom effect, animate at the sub-object level too, and make changes whenever you like. Max virtually hotwires your imagination to the screen. Character Studio is a unique set of plug-in components for 3D Studio Max. Biped is a revolutionary footstep-driven 3D character animation system, and Physique, a unique skeletal deformation system. Instantly animate humans or creatures just by placing footsteps. The rest of the body responds naturally. Unlike motion capture software, Character Studio provides easy editing and high-level control. Motion mapping in Biped lets you transpose any motion to any two-legged character. This feature allows you to use the same set of motions for an entire cast of unique characters. Character Studio's Physique gives you animation control over any continuous mesh or non-jointed model and lets you create the organic effects of muscles and tendons sliding over bones. Exclusively for 3D Studio Max, Character Studio's Biped and Physique place realistic animated characters under your command.
Maya offers the widest and most powerful collection of character modeling tools available anywhere. Maya treats NURBS and polygons as equal citizens. Its integrated tools allow you to construct animatable characters and complex organic shapes quickly and seamlessly in the way you want. The ability to model in shaded perspective mode and interact with your models in real time will enhance your workflow. One of Maya's powerful modeling innovations is the ability to use UI tools to create and shape geometry. Maya's spline modeling tools are based on Alias Wavefront's industry-leading NURBS technology. Trim surfaces, curves on surfaces, and project geometry help you build complex models with advanced character features. The powerful Stitch Surfaces tool creates elaborate geometry that behaves properly during complex animated deformations. Maya's powerful construction history gives you extra control and flexibility. Simply adjust your original curves and watch your object change form. With Maya, you can easily convert NURBS surfaces to polygons. Maya has a full suite of polygonal modeling and texturing tools. Quickly transform basic shapes with Maya's Extrude tool and apply Polysmooth to smooth your models. Maya Artisan is an advanced module which provides intuitive brush and sculpting tools for modeling and animation. With Artisan's 4 key tools, you can shape 3D objects as if you were using clay. The Sculpt Surfaces tool provides a brush-based interface to manipulate control vertices of a NURBS model. This gives you the finesse to shape organic objects or add lifelike details to characters. Use subtle brush strokes to smooth ridges around a character's eye sockets and form eyebrows. Mirror the strokes to create symmetrical features such as eyes, cheekbones, and facial creases. Maya Artisan's Paint Select CVs tool reduces the time to select CVs on complex 3D objects. Freely alternate between Select, Unselect, and Toggle CVs as you brush. The once time-consuming task of working with individual CVs or bounding box selections becomes simple and efficient. The Paint Weights tool also simplifies the process of applying cluster weights to NURBS surfaces. Guide a brush over a surface and produce a grayscale image of cluster weights. Maya Artisan gives artists the power to create custom mel scripts and freely brush on the results. Dynamic properties such as goal weights, mass, or particle attributes can be applied in minutes. Paint Effects is an innovative new technology from Alias Wavefront that allows users to interactively paint special effects and highly intricate detail within the 3D context of Maya. By making an object paintable, rendered effects can be painted directly on the surface of a 3D model. The Paint Effects tool gives the user access to an extensive library of predefined effects brushes. Here, a blue glowing neon brush has been selected to add electrical effects to the orb in the Jester's Quest logo. The glow and transparency of the brushes are rendered in real time as the paint stroke is created, and each stroke in this example is treated as a curve on the surface of the orb, which will render accurately from any view. Painting can be done either in the context of the 3D scene or on a 2D canvas. The brush library contains many predefined mixed media brushes, including felt tip markers, airbrushes, charcoals, pens, and pencils. Each brush uses accurate transparency to layer the color and texture on the canvas. A collection of natural media brushes allows for the creation of complex textured paint strokes like oil paint, plant leaves, or geometrics, and can be painted on a fully tileable canvas, valuable for creating seamless, repeatable 2D textures. A watercolor brush is used here to achieve a subtle painterly effect in the image, and a watercolor smear brush is added to create a natural drip effect. Any of the brushes from the preset library can be customized and stored as an item on the tool shelf. Here, a fully 3D natural media brush has been modified to create the vine on the Jester's Quest logo. Realistic shadows of the leaves are rendered in real time as the stroke is drawn. Because the strokes have been drawn directly on the surface of the geometry, they can be viewed accurately from any angle and will calculate proper shadows and occlusion. Any of the attributes on the brush can be animated over time to achieve effects such as growth or wind turbulence. Increased realism and complexity can be easily achieved by influencing any of the paint effects strokes with Maya's powerful dynamics and deformer capabilities. In addition to the numerous animated effects that paint effects brushes can achieve, they can also be used to easily add geometric details to objects or characters, which would otherwise be very tedious to model individually. In this example, small horn-like features have been quickly added to the surface of this creature's head. All of the watercolor brushes that were introduced on the 2D canvas can also be applied to three-dimensional surfaces. Here, a watercolor smear brush has been used to create a drip effect on the skin of the creature's face. Like any of the effects brushes, this drip effect could also be animated to create a stunning melt effect. These effects, or any of the hundreds of effects created with Maya's paint effects technology, will revolutionize the way that image creation is approached. Paint effects technology integrates a paint paradigm directly into Maya's visual effects production process, and allows for fast throughput and design iteration of complex visuals and environments, all completely integrated with the powerful modeling, animation, and rendering capabilities of Maya Complete.
In Cantonese, Jeet Kun Do, the way of the intercepting fist. Deformed, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.